Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for episode number 3 of the Hughes Sports Podcast, HSP. I am your host, Jake Hughes. Across the side from me, old man Kevin Hughes. How you doing, old man?
Old man Kevin Hughes. Why do you have to say old man?
Because you are the old man, and you are
Okay.
my old man, so therefore you are old man.
Good enough. It works.
That sounds
It
good to
works
me.
for me. Oh, you can't see it. You didn't even notice when I came in, I actually said Kevin Hughes, old man.
Interesting.
Look up top there.
I do see that.
Yeah. There you go. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's January 26th. I know we had said we were going to have a guest today, that being Kelly Kellner. Mr. Kellner, the Kelselmania, is actually in the Bahamas playing a big poker tournament. He actually won a satellite into a big bounty tournament, mystery bounty or something, I think it is. He did really well when he played this one last year, I think. I think he ended up winning like 25 grand. So we're wishing him luck. He might pop in. Really depends on the breaks in the Bahamas. It's 3 hours ahead of us, so it's 10 o'clock there. Really not sure what the breaks were going to be. So we will see. But we have lots to talk about even without Kelly here.
What do you mean,
Jake?
What do you mean? It's been a very quiet week in Vancouver sports.
Yes, nothing's happened.
Nothing major happened.
Nothing happened.
So
what
do we
possibly could happen with the Vancouver Canucks?
Well, do we start with the big news or do we start with today's news?
Should we go in order?
Yeah, let's go in order.
Let's go in order. Yeah, let's go in order. I like being in order.
So,
Coach.
Last week, I called on Monday. There would be a press conference, and I was off by one day. It happened Sunday.
I thought of you actually. I meant to when we were texting back and forth. I meant to mention that. I'm like, oh, yes. You said off Monday. It was Tuesday, so you were wrong.
No, I said Monday was Sunday. It was Sunday.
You were still
wrong. It was a day earlier, and I believe the only reason it was a day earlier was because of the media backlash from the way they treated Bruce Boudreau on his way out.
I heard the best explanation of it today while I was driving over to the casino.
Yep.
It said, the Canucks put Boudreau's underwear up a flagpole for a week. And I was like, they did. Yeah.
And the more disgusting thing to me isn't, Boudreau needs to go. Let's not kid ourselves. Boudreau's a great coach. He wasn't this GM's coach. He wasn't the guy who was going to be here long term.
No.
Right? Everyone knew that. It didn't matter. He still endeared himself to the Vancouver media. He endeared himself to the Vancouver fan base. I've never seen so much talk about a coach being fired, but I've also never seen someone hold on to a coach from as early as November, where they were having a press conference and he said he doesn't, Boudreau isn't doing what we want him to do. Was something along what Jim Rutherford said. And
yeah.
They let him hang out to dry for all of December, most of January. Well, we played probably the hardest bit of our road trip.
Oh, without a doubt.
Not hardest. The hardest part of our schedule was played with Boudreau knowing he was being fired.
Games that Boudreau coached was the hardest part of our season.
And Jim Rutherford had the audacity to claim it was how business was always run and that
it was our fault.
It was the media and the fans' fault.
It's all our fault.
It was all speculation. It was all our speculation. When Travis Green was let go, this is what happened.
And you know what's amazing? Usually with sports, there's the team says this, and then you have fans over here yelling. You got more fans over here yelling. And then you got the media over here saying something totally different.
Yeah.
In this situation, I have not heard one person, not one in any media, whether it be here in Calgary, in Vancouver, Florida, it doesn't matter. I've not heard one person side with the Canucks. Not one.
Not one person.
So I'm going to get... I promise.
No, go for it.
I promised myself I was going to stay calm. But after 50 effing years, I don't know where Jake went to. After 50 freaking years, I'm so done with this team. I just want them to be done. Just the owner needs to go. The owner literally, he needs to go away. It's
It's
embarrassing. It's literally, I won't wear my Vancouver jersey outside anymore.
no, it's so embarrassing to the fact that last night the Canucks go to play the Kraken with Rick Tocchet as the coach. Second game for Rick Tocchet. Won his first game against Chicago. Shocking. How could you fucking blow that one up?
If they can win one game all season, it has to be Chicago. You know that.
You need to, at this point, lose every game.
No.
But
Chicago.
Your 2010s bias is showing again.
I hate them.
Late 2000s. There hasn't been a rivalry there in 10 years, and we still hate them. But
we hate them.
the Kraken crowd was chanting, "Bruce, there it is."
Were they really? I didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch it either. This is all from YouTube and from Twitter and everything.
Wow.
It was a 6-1 blowout, just run over of someone who shouldn't be playing NHL hockey, the Canucks versus the Kraken, who have been getting phenomenal coaching and been beyond what everyone would have expected.
If they win a cup before the Canucks, I don't even have words. I literally have no words. I'm 58 years old. I don't have a whole lot of freaking time left on this earth. I need them to win a cup. I really do.
So let's talk about the gentleman who replaced Boudreau. Rick Tocchet.
2007 Tocchet. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody.
Because I don't think it's something that needs to be. I don't think it's something that needs to be talked about.
It is something that needs to be talked about.
Okay, I'll give you the floor for this one.
2007. Rick Tocchet just about brought down the NHL single-handedly with stupid betting. He made a deal to make sure he didn't go to jail. He tried to bring down Wayne Gretzky and his wife, implicating them in this. I'm not a big fan of Rick Tocchet's, obviously. It's not alleged. He didn't allegedly gamble on hockey. He pleaded guilty and made a deal so he didn't go to jail. Now he's our coach. Hey, Rod. Rod says, hi, boys.
Howdy, Rod.
That was a Kevin rant. He has a .475 winning percentage.
Okay, so that's something where I can.
He's not had a winning season. Not once as a head coach has he had a winning season.
That's not true.
When?
2018-2019 Arizona Coyotes, 82 games, 39 wins, 35 losses. That's a positive. You can't be just spewing.
That's all you got. That's literally 39 or 35.
33 and 29 in 2019, lost in round one of the playoffs.
He has the Arizona Coyotes. 4.75 winning percentage.
He took the.
You're the geek. You're the nerd that loves stats.
He took a terrible Arizona Coyotes team.
Oh, come on. You're going to use
into the playoffs.
You're going to use the big star asterisk neon lights season to try to justify that this is the guy that can turn the fucking Canucks around. If
Jim Rutherford and Patrick Alvin and Aquaman, I can't think of his name, Francesco Aquilini can use the bubble to keep saying that this team is good enough, that this team has this core is the core that's going to take us to the promised land, then I'm going to be able to use this. This team is not good enough. It's simple. It's not good enough. We have 4 good up front. We have 1 good defense. Yeah. Maybe 2. Maybe 2. Who's your second? Is it Bear? Isn't Bear defense? Ethan Bear, yes. Yeah. Yeah, so he's a solid third pairing, 7th defenseman type of guy. Still, that's 2. Who's our second best defenseman? That's the problem. You got freaking Chaos Giraffe.
running around
Tyler
the freaking ice.
Tyler Myers, for those who don't know.
Who called him Chaos Giraffe? There was somebody on Twitter.
That's been his name as given by Canucks Twitter. / social media.
I freaking howled. But Jake's my witness. There's always been one Canuck defenseman that literally drives me off the edge.
Yep.
For I don't know how many years now. It's been a long time. Like Salo.
Which I still don't understand. I still don't understand why you hated Salo. I understood Edler near the end of the run.
Now Myers. There's always one.
And Myers, I completely understand.
I mean, it goes back. Why didn't I like Salo? He was a pylon. He may as well just had a freaking cone on his head. A big blue
You
one.
have a very revisionist history. One of the greatest defensemen in Canucks history. And you're just, he's a pylon.
Greatest defenseman in Canuck history.
One of, yep.
One Balcello.
Yep.
Wow. You know what he's doing, folks? Folks, you know what he's doing right now? I could tell by the way his eyes. He's literally trying to Google stats. So
I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I am better than you think at multitasking. Played with the Canucks for 9 years.
Was it that long? Holy crap.
We acquired him in 2002, it looks like. And his last season with us was 2012.
See, that's probably why I hate him.
No, so 10 years. Math is hard for me.
Probably why I hate him.
Because he was on the team for so long?
Because he
was on the team that won back-to-back.
They didn't win me a cup in 2011. I blame Fellow.
The 2 seasons where we won back-to-back President's trophies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, nothing. Moving on with the Canucks still in mind.
Because that's what we do. We talk about the Canucks.
Signed $5.5 per year for 2 years.
Okay, I'm going to sit back and watch this because this is going to be fun.
This just shows to me how out of touch Patrick Allvin and Jim Rutherford are with the entirety of where the Canucks are. Kuzmenko for 5.5 for 2 years is a great contract for the team.
It's a steal.
Player. I don't think it's a steal. He's played 47 games in the NHL.
Yeah.
That's it. And scored 43 points. Yeah. Under a point per game.
Woo.
And he's played solely with a premier talent in the NHL in Elias Pettersson. This would be a great contract if we were, fourth in the division, fighting for a wild card, maybe like solidified third. But right now, this entire contract proves, and the contracts that Jim Rutherford and Patrick Allvin have signed from day one have proved they're out of touch with what reality is with the Vancouver Canucks. We are a bottom 10 team that are acting like we're a top 5 team. And there's a huge difference.
So so you're saying you wanted Kuzmenko to be traded?
Yes.
Who doesn't get traded then? In Jake's little fantasy land?
Everyone gets traded. That's I don't like.
You can't you literally can't trade everyone. That's such a stupid concept that
to me,
so many fans are like, oh, we have to trade everybody. Trade the coach.
So 3 minutes ago, you rewind maybe. This team's not good enough. How do you fix this team then if you're going to keep re-signing these core players?
But you can. Kuzmenko is not a core player for the Canucks. As you just said, he's played 47 games.
Correct.
He has 43
Okay,
points.
so JT Miller signed 8 years for $8 million.
Okay. He's been waiting to say this because he wants to correct that.
Because you kept telling me I was at 6 and 6.
I said 6 and 6. It's 6 and
6 and 8. And it's 8.
So
and 8.
Here's what you do. You keep Pettersson.
Yep.
You keep Kuzmenko.
Disagree with that.
You have to keep Miller, unfortunately. Unless you can trade him away this year before his no trade clause kicks in. But nobody's going to take $8 million.
No.
Unfortunately, you got to trade Bo.
Yep. Because of the Miller. If you were smart last season and you trade Miller, you keep Bo.
But do you think Bo is worth the $9+ million that he's asking?
Yes.
Is he going to get that?
Yes.
We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, he's a great player, obviously. He's on a shitty team and he's scoring up a frickin' how many
I'm
points does
pretty.
he have?
He has 50 points in 48 games.
Yeah, it's
31
just
of those are goals.
so again, Kuzmenko, 43 points in his first year in the NHL.
Yep.
Wow. That's amazing. The kid's on track to score 75 to have 75, 80 points this season, his first season.
Yep.
Yeah, you lock that kid down, right? So you're keeping Pedersen, Peterson, Kuzmenko, all under 26 years old. I think Kuzmenko is 26, is he not? If my memory
Kuzmenko turns 27 this week.
Yeah. So you keep players like that. You keep a Bear. You keep a Hughes. So you're going to keep 5, 6, maybe 10 players.
That's going to be your core.
That's going to be your core. But it's not the same core that you're thinking of because you can't literally trade everybody away. It's impossible. That would be just asinine.
Right now we're stuck with JT Miller. We're all aware of that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Elias Pettersson,
Yep.
Quinn Hughes, and Thatcher Demko. Those are the 4 people, in my opinion, that you can build the team around.
I think
that you can build the team around.
You're forgetting Lane Patterson.
No.
You keep him. He's a good kid. He's got lots of talent. You're forgetting the other Elias Peterson. Bring him in.
Well, that's just calm down. He's overseas in the
we've got him. He's coming to play for us sooner or later.
I don't know.
Hopefully next year.
I don't know about that, Lynn.
Really? Then listen. Now you end up in the bottom 5. You know what I do besides rant and rave about sports talk?
You listen to a lot of sports talk.
I am Kevin, the medium. I had a dream the other night.
Oh, great.
Jake doesn't know this. I haven't told him. I don't think I told anybody. I might have told Rod. I might have told it on the Rod Peterson show. I had a dream the other night that the Canucks finished in 5th from the bottom. And on the day, there was and the first pick goes to the Vancouver Canucks. And we get Pedersen. Now look at what you got. You've got your first 2. What did I say?
Pedersen.
You've got your first 2 lines sewed right up there. Easily.
Please do tell.
Pedersen, Kuzmenko. Then you put Bedard. And it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Whoever you're going to bring up some freaking kids from the minors. The kids are going to score
what kids?
50,
you want to bring up kids from the minors? You want to bring up kids from the minors? What kids?
Elias Pettersson, the
one who plays defense.
He plays defense.
We don't have our prospect pool ranked by experts at the Athletic is ranked 28th in the league. What prospects? We have none. Jim Benning, when he was running the fucking place, emptied the cupboards, pissed in them, took a shit, and walked out. That's what he did.
Take a deep breath.
So so in your world, you have Lane Peterson, who's I got a
friend.
Who's a 25-year-old who's played 44 games in the NHL.
And is lighting it up? Yeah, that guy.
15 points?
Who?
No, sorry, 3 points. 3 points in 10 games this year. 2 points in 2012 with the San Jose Sharks.
Put him with Bedard. See what happens.
I think you have put a lot of weight behind the few games you've watched this season because it's hard to watch the Canucks on Lane Peterson.
I can't. I can't. Oh, okay. So I had to pull up their roster because, as you know, I'm not a nerd. I don't know everybody's name. So Sheldon Dries, why don't we keep him?
Sure. A bottom 3 forward on a good NHL team, or a top NHL or a top AHL player. Continue.
Oh my God.
Jack Studnicka, you want to go with that one?
Oh my God.
Dakota Joshua, great fourth liner. Don't get me wrong.
Mikheyev from Russia. How do you say that name?
Ilya Mikheyev.
Yeah, that's his name.
I mean, we are stuck with him for 4 years.
Are we? So there we
25,
go.
26,
He
4.75.
plays right wing. Curtis Lazard, do you trade him away?
Dude, how long do we have him for? I don't think we have him for that long.
I
I think you should, if you have anyone who's in UFA or RFA, you should be looking to trade, get any aspect back.
Yeah, no, you don't want Lazard. Lazard's like a -5. Oh my God, look what you've done to me. I'm turning into you.
Well, I mean, yeah, at the base. Ilya Mikheyev.
My God, I was looking at stats. Jake.
You're welcome.
Cam.
Just going to help you be a better sports fan.
Dom has a question for us.
Yes.
Does Lafreniere, I can't even say it.
Alexis Lafreniere have a spot if the Rangers look at Bo? I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think the...
Do the Rangers go for a Bo, though? Do they have the salary cap for a $10 million player? 9.5.
Rumors are that they are making an all-in push this year. So they're looking at Patrick Kane, Timo Meier out of San Jose, and Bo Horvat. I think 100% that Lafreniere would have a spot in the lineup. I think he easily would have replaced Kuzmenko that we could have gotten a first-round pick for.
Well, I mean, I like Kuzmenko. I think he has a huge upside.
Me too. I'm not saying he's a bad player.
The good thing about if we would have traded him, any team could have taken him because he was only making $9.75.
Yeah. And for his point percentage, his dollar per points, he is the best player in the NHL. Because he's making league minimum.
Well, yeah.
And he's got 43 points.
Yeah.
Like, not league minimum, but he's making his entry-level contract the max, so $9.75, right? Like, any team could fit that in on...
Oh, God, yeah. But I honestly, I don't mind it. I don't mind this one. And I said it before they actually did it. Remember, I said it to you the other day. We got to sign Kuz. And you were like, no, I'm going to save this for Thursday, blah, 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 blah.
Go and
Once
do
again,
it.
the old man was right.
Yeah, I don't think you're right. I think in the long term, in 3 more years, when we're still in the same spot in that mushy middle of the NHL, picking 10th every fucking year isn't going to get you a good enough player to fix things.
10th? What are you talking? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's where we're at. Like, we swap our coach out. We go into our easy part of the schedule. There's no direction from the GM.
This whole swapping the coach out. Let's talk about this for a sec.
Yeah.
Let's swap the coach out because we suck. So what do? They bring in a new coach. Do you know how many coaches we have on our payroll right now?
3.
And do you know how much we're paying these people?
We're
paying them more than we're paying Miller.
$8.5 million for the rest of this year.
We're paying them more than we're paying Miller. 3
but
coaches.
That's what
How
happens.
How many coaches have we had since 2011?
I believe this is number 8.
9 in what, a decade?
Yep.
13
but
years?
This is what happens when ownership gets involved, because if ownership did things properly and instead waited to hire Jim Rutherford and bring in Alvin rather than bring in Bruce right away, Bruce would have never been here. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we got Bruce because I enjoyed the
though?
Bruce.
Like,
there it is.
I mean, Bruce is a good guy. You could tell.
Yeah.
Wears his heart on his sleeve. Good guy.
Yeah.
Like, I've never met the man, obviously, but you could tell he's a good guy. But was he a good coach? A good guy doesn't necessarily mean he was a good coach.
No, you're right. He just got the best out of Petey. He got the best out of Brock. He got the best out of Bo. Miller had a career year under him.
We didn't make the playoffs. We're not going to make the playoffs.
He inherited a team that wasn't going to make the playoffs.
Let's talk about that. Literally, and this is where I get frustrated as a Canuck fan. If you go back to when Benning was the coach.
Benning was the GM.
Sorry, who was a coach before
Travis Green,
and before Green?
Willie Desjardins.
Right. So you go Green from when Green started to when Bordeaux was fired.
Yep.
Unceremoniously. I have something to say about that again. Have we made any real changes?
The team?
Yeah.
No. Because this organization believes that this core, because Francesco Aquilini gets attached to his
Thank you.
people,
And
is
we
going
need to
win.
stop saying this organization because you had the best Facebook.
I've sworn 3 or 4 times this podcast.
You have the best. You had the best hockey mind, in my opinion, in that organization who wanted to do what was the right thing, and the owner said no.
Yeah, the owner picked
that
Benny.
person left.
Yep.
Who was that person?
That was Trevor Linden.
Freaking Linden. It's not the organization. People need to stop saying it's the organization.
It is
it's
the organization.
It's the one up top.
That's the organization. Whoever
the organization is the GM, and everybody else. It's the guy up top. That's the problem. Benning wasn't the problem. Rutherford's not the problem. Who's our GM? Alvin is not our problem. Our problem is at the very, very top, and he's a piece of poo-poo that needs to be taken out.
Yeah.
And I don't mean taken out like taken out. I mean like take out the garbage.
Yeah. No, the fact that there's, I mean, we got into this on our very first episode, but the fact that there is court affidavits that he emotionally and physically abused his children. You have Emily Castonguay leaving the organization and filing a suit with the provincial board, like the labor board. Oh, really? Yeah, that's not being talked about anymore. People forgot about that. That's happened. They brought in this person, demoted her, and then fired her, and now she's taking them to court. The Aquilinis as a whole, there's multiple articles. Multiple articles on how scummy they are as businessmen. They must have gone to Donald Trump's school of business, because there's multiple articles of them not paying their contractors and not paying people for what they do and freezing people out to get them to move out of places. No, these aren't alleged. This isn't allegedly. These are articles from the CBC. This is the Canadian Broadcast Company.
They never lie.
They don't.
Thank you.
Not on articles that have been published for that long.
So my point in all this wasn't just to get Jake riled up. My point is we can change the president, the chief operating of fucking toilet paper. We can change the GM. We can change whatever Rutherford's calling himself this week. We can change the coach 13 freaking times. We can change the players. Guess what? We're still going to have a piece of poo-poo running this company. And that's the problem. But you look at most owners, they're hands off. They make me money, I'm hands off.
That's not always the case. Look at the Rangers.
Look at Calgary. The Calgary doesn't get involved. The ownership group doesn't really get involved that much with the day-to-day operation of the team.
Because it's a group. Look at any single propriety ownership of a team, and they get involved.
Because the only reason they have is for ego.
Yeah. And ego ruins everything, whether it be business, personal friendships, anything. Ego will always ruin it.
So,
what do we get for Bo?
What do we?
I keep wanting to bring this. What we trade? We're trading Bo. Like we can't.
There's no doubt about it. I mean,
have to trade him.
Do you get?
Dom brought up Lafreniere because the Rangers are.
What's his contract? How much is his contract?
Let me look that up. Vamp, while I look that up.
Because people keep thinking, oh, we're going to trade Bo. We're going to get 2 or 3 great players. No, we're not. We're not. We'll be lucky to get prospects and first-round draft picks for Bo. I'm thinking like
we have to take Cap back. That's a problem.
For Bo?
Yes. No,
No,
there's three teams that have more than $3 million of cap space.
oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
We have to take cap back for Bo.
But
Right now,
but he's not under contract. This is his last year. He becomes a UFA.
but there's the cap for this year you have to be under.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And what is he making now?
I don't know. 1 second. Yeah, Lafreniere is making only $925. It's on his last year of this deal because it's his entry level. Young. It's his entry level deal. He was born in 2001, so he'll be 22 this year.
Every time I see that name, I keep thinking of the old Canuck.
Lapierre.
Lapierre. Lapierre. I don't know why. That's where I go to it.
It's a French
so that would be
a
good fit. Get someone like an up and comer like that. 2 draft picks. Are you going to get that much?
I think if you don't get in my opinion, you're going to have to take cap back in one way, or you retain on Bo for the rest of the year, which is no worries. You can retain up to 50% of the salary.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep.
So you, he's making 5.5 right now. So you retain 2.75. You get an Alexis Lafreniere. You'll probably have to take something else back that's coming off the books next year anyways. Or if you can get a younger defenseman, hopefully a right shot, and you get 2 picks. To me, if you're not getting a young piece,
are you getting two picks or a first and a second?
I would prefer a first and a second for this year.
Yeah. Because this year's draft is so deep.
Yeah. Or what you do is you do a first and a second unless Bo signs. And then like if they sign an extension or like a conditional draft pick. And if they sign Bo to an extension or make the Stanley Cup playoffs, you get next year's first as well instead of the second. You know what I mean? Like make it so it's if they get long-term effect out of it, you get something more back.
Can you put him up on the wing with the top line? Probably not, eh? I mean, he's a +6.
Lafreniere?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I think he would be a great addition to someone like I can't think of his name. JT Miller.
Oh, okay. So put him on the second. Isn't Miller on the second line? Yeah.
It depends because right now
everything's kind of messed up. I mean, right? Who's who in the zoo?
And right now, I mean, Rick Tocchet thinks what every new coach thinks, that JT Miller can play center. So he's playing center on what I would call our third line. So you've got Elias Pettersson, Mikheyev, Kuzmenko on your first line. You've got Bo Horvat, Connor Garland, and I don't know who now, Jack Studnicka, whoever mumble jumbo AHL player we've got playing in the NHL. And then you've got Miller on his own line,
right,
centering his own line, which is what you need, because if Bo goes, you need that big name defenseman.
Yes. Big name.
No,
defenseman.
I think big name winger.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, hold on, I just looked.
Or big
it was winger.
Big name center, because you need Miller to slide into center rather than play wing.
Because this guy isn't huge. I mean, he's 6'1", 195 for Lafreniere.
Yeah, and he's
good size.
Like, his point totals aren't astounding. He is still super young. I think it's going to take him 22 points this year, 74 in 182 games, right? So
yeah.
And if you look at it this year, he's got way more assists than he does goals. I think putting him with someone like JT Miller, who is that hard, aggressive, get to the net type of player, Lafreniere could be beneficial.
Yeah.
Right. There are a couple names kind of searching around for Horvat. You've got the Rangers, you've got Carolina as well. Yeah. I don't know what
apparently Seattle's making a big push for him as well. I don't know who we'd get from Seattle.
All your first round picks.
Huh?
All the first round picks.
How many do they have?
I don't know. Not that many.
Yeah.
It would be a great.
When it would be a great way. March 3rd's the deadline?
No.
I believe. Yeah.
Later than that.
No, is it?
Oh, it is March 3rd.
Oh.
It is March 3rd.
I thought so. So we got a month, really, when you look at it. January's over. So we have February. How many moves do they make? I mean, knowing the Canucks, let's be realistic.
They make one. And it won't be
You
Bo
haven't-
Horvat. Like, knowing the Canucks, it won't be Bo Horvat. It'll be Brock Besser for a 3rd-round pick.
And then Bo walks at the end of the year. We get nothing.
No, they'll re-sign him. No. They'll re-sign Bo to a contract that somehow works within the numbers.
But
and
didn't he want like 9.4 or 9.3?
That's the rumors of what he's asking for.
We can't do that. And he wanted 5 years, 6 years. He wanted the same thing Miller.
I don't blame him.
I do. I wouldn't want to be in Vancouver for the next 5-6 years. It's gonna be brutal.
That's the thing that's kind of insulting to Bo. He was brought up with the Sedins, taught how to lead a team, taught how to be a professional, and then you know what they do? They're like, well, Miller was played a lot better last year than you, and even though over the course of the same years you put up the same numbers, but Miller had one really good year when he was going to sign his contract, so we're going to give him all the money and leave you out in the cold.
It's just sad. It amazes me because I shouldn't say this because I don't know, but I would think any other business that it would be run like this, they would be shit to pay, man.
But look at the Kraken. Look at the Golden Knights. There's no such thing as loyalty to the Golden Knights. They deserve a cup now.
Fuck, deserve a cup. Are you kidding me? Are you going to go there? Are you going to raise my blood pressure even more and go to the freaking Golden Knights? Oh, their fan base. Their hard-suffering fan base. Are you freaking kidding me? Hard-suffering fan base. It's been 50-plus years that I've been suffering.
Yep.
52. I was 6. I'm 58.
You're old. Yeah. So that's basically the state of the Canucks.
Ooh.
We don't know what's going to happen. We expect nothing. We hope for a lot, and they suck. Fire the owner.
I have never, ever in my 52 years of being a Canuck fan wanted to see a team lose.
The Messier era.
Even then, I didn't actively cheer for them to lose. If anybody's listening from back on the coast, they know I'm probably one of the most passionate Canuck fans around. Like I literally wear it on my sleeves. I've literally shed tears over this team. I've shed happy tears. I've shed sad tears, from riots to being that freaking close twice. Twice. I forgot that. It was twice. I guess I have no words. I'm just dejected.
And that's what it is. There's no words left for this organization.
It's sad. It's a sad, sad state that this freaking franchise that in 2000s, early, like mid 2000s to probably like late 28, 2008, 2007 forward, they were pretty freaking good. They were one of the elite teams in the league. Jake and I used to argue with people all the time.
From 1999 until 2012, the Canucks had played more playoff games than any other team in the NHL. The only team that even came close was Detroit, and they had the closest thing to a dynasty we've seen, except for the Tampa Bay Lightning in recent years.
I literally have defended my Canucks with that
can't anymore.
I literally, like I said, I was going to play poker today. I looked in my closet. I have 3 effing jerseys, 4, if you include the one Lance made me that has the poker chip.
Yep.
I put a hoodie on.
I'm not proud to be a fan of them right now. I'm not. I am a fan. Don't get me wrong. And the big thing is, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, you're just a fair weather fan." Like people who don't.
I would punch somebody who said that to me right now.
It's the fact that I expect the team to be better than they are, and not even on the ice. The people on the team, like the way they treated Bruce Boudreau, the way they're treating Bo Horvat and still marching him out in front of public because he's still our captain.
Yes.
Until he gets traded.
The way they dealt with the Pearson injury. I could go on and on ad nauseum.
And that's just this season. Let's not go back to last season. Or how about the season where we ran out of time with Tyler Toffoli and Jacob Markstrom and
Tanev.
It goes on. Tanev. It goes on.
It's like, wow, why?
Okay.
Anyway,
it's been 40 minutes of depressing Canucks talk. Let's
NFL playoffs.
No, we got time before that. We got time before we can get there.
What are we doing?
We have something even more exciting.
Oh.
The return of the XFL. February 18th. A mere 3 weeks away.
Gosh.
The XFL returns.
Do I have to look this up, buddy?
No, don't worry. I have you all figured out. I have everyone at home all figured out because we're going to go through some of the rule changes and differences from the XFL to the NFL to the CFL. So,
oh my God. I've seen some pretty wonky rules and I've seen some pretty different rules and I've seen rules I really like. And then we have the XFL.
I personally really love what the XFL is trying to do in making the game quicker and making the game more viewer friendly.
I mean, sure.
Okay, so kind of the key points that they're obviously really proud about is it's a 35-second play clock. In the CFL, it's a 25-second play clock, correct?
Correct.
And in the NFL, it's a 40-second play clock?
95 seconds?
I think it's 40 seconds. I think it's 40 from but it starts as soon as the play dies.
Yes.
Unless there's a timeout. 3 overtime scoring rounds per team. We'll come back to that. Don't worry.
It's that is awesome. This is the best part, guys. We want overtime.
3 timeouts per half. That's standard. I don't know why that's not a rule modification.
Yeah.
In the fourth, this is a super fun one.
In
the fourth quarter, your onside kick alternative option is to keep the ball with it being 4th and 15. Again, we'll get more into this as it goes down, but it's literally
guys, you could literally keep the ball for the whole fourth quarter and never have to turn it over, and you can score touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
If you can make a 4th and 15.
It's a risk. 4th and 15.
Okay, so let's look at some big ones. Extra points. Tiered extra points are back. Teams will have 3 run pass options for extra points following a touchdown. So there are no point after touchdown kicks.
Oh, I didn't see this one. This is good. I like
So from the 2-yard line, you get 1 point. From the 5-yard, you get 2 points. From the 10-yard, you get 3 points. So that's you can have a 9.
That's the run pass. That's like not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So you don't have a kick option. You
There's
only
no
run or pass. Option. Yeah. From my understanding.
Cowboys would love this. The Cowboy fans would love this.
Too soon? It's only been a couple weeks.
Sorry, Rod.
This is really interesting to me. The defense is awarded the same number of points for a touchdown. So if you start on the 10 and you throw an interception and they run it back, the defense then gets 3 points.
Yeah,
2 on the 5, right? Makes sense.
It's the same as if block field goal. You get 3 points. Right? Block field goal, you pick it up, run it down for a touchdown. It's 3 points.
Not block. Well,
no, it's 7 points. Point after. Sorry.
Point after. Yeah. Field goal, you get the full 7.
Yeah. Sorry.
So the XFL will operate with 35-second play clock, which begins following the previous play. So just like the XFL or the NFL, play finishes, that play clock starts. But you only have 35 seconds. Yeah. So by the time everything's set up and ready to go, you've probably only got 20 seconds, much like the CFL.
Yeah, which is good.
The clock will start following incomplete passes and out-of-bounds play prior to the 2-minute warning of either half. And the clock will stop following first downs after 2-minute warning of either half. So very standard.
Hold on. The clock will start following an incomplete. The clock will start incomplete following
incomplete passes and out-of-bounds plays prior to the 2-minute warning of either.
Okay.
Half. So you throw if 10 minutes left in the game,
you spike it.
No. Well, yeah, you can because that's usually you're doing that within the 2 minutes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Only a 10-minute halftime. I don't know how long the NFL halftime is. I honestly don't. I know in the CFL it's 15.
Or is it
15?
20?
It's 15.
Okay, sure.
Teams get 3 timeouts per half.
Yeah, that's normal.
Kickoffs. This is a really fun one that when the NFL or the XFL came back a few years ago before COVID interrupted everything. Kickoffs. The team begin 5 yards apart. Kicking team at opponent's 35-yard line and return team at own 30-yard line.
Okay.
So you're here. There's no movement. You all stand here. The only person who moves is the kicker, and the only person who's back is the receiver. That's it.
Wow.
Stops a lot of head injuries.
Yeah.
You're not running full speed down the field. You're 5 yards apart only.
That's crazy.
Teams will have two options to keep the ball after scoring. Traditional onside kick. You can do this anytime during the game. If you score a touchdown in the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter only, you have a option to take the ball at your own 25-yard line and to be 4th and 15.
So, I mean, this is going to change. I don't know how. I'm not saying I like the rule. I'll wait. I'm looking forward to 10-point games. You score a touchdown with a minute and a half left.
Yep.
You take the ball.
Well, and not just that, but
you take the ball at your own 25 and try to get 15 yards.
Not just that, but it's a 10-point game.
Yeah.
You score a touchdown, you now go for the 3 points. It's now a 1-point game.
Yeah.
And now all you have to do is make that first down and get into field goal range.
It's insane.
Right?
It's insane.
It's going to keep the scores way more competitive than what it is in the NFL right now. The CFL, I think, it still will be a more exciting game because there's always, in the last 3 minutes of a CFL game, I've seen 7 score changes.
Exactly.
This is an interesting one that might take some time to explain. Double forward
pass.
So if a team completes a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage, that team may throw a second forward pass as long as the ball has not crossed the line of scrimmage.
So quarterback drops back. He's in the shotgun.
Yep.
He can drop back a couple more yards. Throw it forward to receiver.
Yep.
Far hash marks. And that, long as he's behind the line of scrimmage, he could turn around and fire that ball downfield.
Yep.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's going to be a cool trick play.
Yeah. So right now, the rules in the NFL and the CFL both are 1 forward pass per play.
Yes. So you have to lateral it or throw it backwards.
Yeah. So that's why the flea flicker.
Lateral.
The flea flicker, where they hand off the ball, which is technically behind you when you hand it off.
Yes.
And then the turn and pitch backwards, that's still only 1 forward pass.
Right.
Whenever, I don't know if you know this, but whenever there is a lateral pass, the downs judge or the lines judge on the play will point their hand backwards. This is to tell every single other referee that if that ball comes loose, that's a live ball.
Oh, because he was behind the quarterback.
Because the ball went backwards and he was behind and everything. So on any pitch plays, you'll see that both the line judges put their arms backwards.
Even if it's an overhand throw, if it's behind the quarterback,
if it's a lateral or backwards, it's still
yeah. Okay. This is going to be interesting.
Yes. So once the ball is past the line of scrimmage, no forward passes are permitted. You can't be running down the field and then decide to keep throwing it forward. The first pass may fall incomplete rather than becoming a fumbled lateral, which is what the point I was getting to.
Yeah.
Lateral, the ref puts out his arm. That means it's going to be a fumble.
It's still going forward.
Pass.
It's still an incomplete pass.
Exactly.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the thing the thing you're most excited for is the overtime.
It's insanity.
It consists of alternating attempts from the opponent's 5-yard lines. So it's not like the CFL where you get it from the 35. Like CFL, for the American viewers, you get the ball on the 35-yard line and you go until either you're stopped or you're scored. The defending team then gets the ball on your 35-yard line and does the same thing. If they beat you, if they get a touchdown, you get a field goal, they win, but you have chances to match.
But the biggest difference between the CFL and the NFL is you both have an opportunity to score a touchdown.
Yes.
A freaking game isn't won by a coin toss, you losers.
So anyone from Canada who doesn't watch the NFL for whatever reason, in the NFL, there's a coin flip. Whoever wins that coin flip, if they score a touchdown on that first play, on the first drive, they win. In the XFL, you get the ball on the 5-yard line. 3 attempts per team.
Opponent's 5-yard line.
Yeah, you get the ball basically on the score zone where your entire playbook is open, which I think will be really cool to see the different plays that are up. You have 3 attempts per team. And each time you score, you get 2 points.
So 3 attempts per team. You're basically going to a 3-down football.
3 attempts per team. No. So you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. 3 attempts.
You get 4 downs from the 5-yard line to score a touchdown. From my understanding.
Do you have 4 downs from the 5, or you just have one attempt and each team has 3 attempts?
I assumed that would be my thought process, and I don't know. I'm sure we can dig into it and figure it out. But my thought process is that you get a full set of downs, and then
I don't
repeat.
think so.
Is it just one play?
3 attempts per team.
Consists of alternating attempts from the opponent's 5-yard line. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you just get your one
get
shot.
that
You
one
have to
play.
go for the end zone
Yeah.
each time. You get 2 points per score. So just like their point after touchdown plays from the 5-yard line, you get 2. You get 3 attempts per team. If each team scores, you keep going until a winner's decided.
So then you just go 1-1-1-1. It's sudden
exactly.
death. Not sudden death, but you go against each other.
To me, it's a shootout in the NHL. You get your first 3 skaters out, and then sudden death, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah,
so
that's it. That's what it is. It's 3 attempts. Same thing. Remember, I brought this up about I hate ties in football.
Yeah, this removes it.
So after I like this, or what my suggestion for the CFL was, if it's still tied after the 2 periods, you go to a kickoff. Start the ball at 35, and you just keep moving it back.
I don't like that because that just damn kickers. The last thing here.
Hey.
The last thing here.
Okay.
Moving on. We got to
Apparently, we're running out of time. Jake's getting nasty.
Instant replay, centralized replay with all plays subject to review from replay official, which I think is great. So they miss anything. Replay may correct errors on non-reviewable plays. So the replay official could say, no, that's not a hold.
Or that's not an offside. Or it was the offense offside, not the defense.
The offense drew them.
Yeah.
Anything like that. So things that you can't even challenge. Head coach may challenge one on-field ruling per game, including those involving a foul or potential foul. Okay. So you only get one challenge a game. Not one a half, one a game.
Yeah.
Final ruling made by designated members of officiating department in central location. Basically, they have a replay with all sorts of officials in there, and they make the decisions.
You know what? I mean, I'll probably watch it. Am I going to be a massive fan? Probably not. I got to pick a team, right? That's what we have to do.
Yes. That's what I was going to do. So we have the Arlington Renegades, the DC Defenders, the Houston Roughnecks, the Orlando
Who the hell
Guardians.
came up with the name DC Defenders? What kind of Go ahead.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Houston Roughnecks, Orlando Guardians, San Antonio Bahamas.
What the is a Brahma?
The Brahma Bull, The Rock, the great one. Seattle Sea Dragons, St. Louis Battlehawks, and the Vegas Vipers.
See, I'm going back and forth. Of course, I want to take Seattle just because I'm a West Coast kind of guy. But Vegas, I like Vegas. Vegas is a kind of a special spot for me.
Vegas is fun.
Who are you taking?
I think I'm going to choose San Antonio Bahamas.
Just because I think it's the dumbest name in all of them. And they have the Defenders. The DC Defenders. What the who came up with this name? The Renegades. Okay, I could go with that. The Roughnecks. What the are they trying to copy the Rough Riders?
Whoa. No, whoa. The Calgary has a Roughnecks team.
I know, but it's football. It's a Roughnecks, Rough Riders. There's going to be some confusion. Jake, they're from Saskatchewan. You can't.
Well, maybe it'll
come on.
Maybe it'll help them. Maybe they'll get more viewers.
Can I wait and pick? Because the season doesn't start for a while yet.
Wait and pick. You know what? You can.
I want to see their uniforms. That's all.
All right. No, that's fair.
I want to see their uniforms. Yes. I choose teams by the attractiveness of their uniforms.
That's not true at all, because when you started becoming a Canucks fan, they were atrocious. Then they became even worse. Then they got the beautiful skate logo, and then they became an orca. Then they had a gradient jersey for a little bit. People forget about that.
Which one?
And then the gradient in 2005, 2004, 2005.
Gradient.
They had the dark red on the top and then gradient into the blue.
Oh, that was really bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Okay. We're running out of time.
Are we?
We are running out of time. So last week we went through at the very end, as we do every show apparently, because we decided to start right as the playoffs started for the NFL. Can you read me back the picks? So we have the first game was the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Chiefs, and I know which team we chose.
The Jaguars.
We both chose the Jaguars, who lost by a 1-touchdown game to the Chiefs by 20-27. Next game was the Giants and Eagles.
We took the Eagles.
And I know I took the Eagles
We both
because
did.
of the boys. We both took the Eagles. The next game, Bengals and Bills. I know for a fact we both chose the Bills. And they got just destroyed by the Bengals, who I think have a good chance of making it all the way to the Stanley Cup.
And the final game,
we have the Cowboys versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Jake, who did you take on this one?
I believe I took
the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. While you took
the 49ers. So I went 2 for 4.
You went 2 for 4. I went. You went 2 for 4.
Yep. I had the
Eagles. Yeah, I went 1 for 4. I went 1 for 4.
I had the Eagles and I had the 49ers.
And the 49ers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Well, Sunday at 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Sunday.
Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Gonna be a tough game. I got to stick with.
I think it'll be.
I mean, I that's my 2 teams that won this week for me. So I'm going to stay with my 49ers. Just because our cousin Dean, or your cousin Dean, my nephew Dean,
my cousin,
he's a big 49ers fan, so I'll go for the 49ers. Dean, this one's for you, buddy.
I can't choose the 49ers because I think Jeff and Mike might fly to Canada and beat me.
Why? Are they 49er fans?
No, because they are the Philadelphia Eagles. They are from Pennsylvania.
Well, there's a good reason not to choose them.
So we're going with the Eagles.
Okay.
Going with the Eagles. The NFL Conference Championships, game number 2, Sunday, January 29th, 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. What time is that? Eastern Time.
6:30.
Whoa, we have the Bengals taking on the Chiefs. Cincinnati versus Kansas City.
I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Going to go with the Bengals.
Feel good
I
story.
really want...
I have a friend in Edmonton that's a Bengals fan. He always wears his hat, so
that's weird.
Yeah,
it's just a weird team to choose because I don't think they've been that good ever.
Until
recent years. It's weird.
I was going to say, weren't they good last year?
Sure. I think so.
I have no idea.
I don't know. See, I really think the Bengals could win this, but I think the Chiefs are the favorites, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
Plus, I think it would be really cool to see the AFC, the first in the AFC versus first in the NFC for the Super Bowl. That would be the Eagles and Chiefs.
So we both picked different teams on both. We didn't take the same teams. Hey,
no same teams this time. The complete opposite of every other week.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have no idea what the NFL. We don't follow it enough at all.
Well, we might have to now.
Might have to.
Yeah.
Might have to. You know what's going to happen if I try to follow the NFL, the CFL, the XFL, the NHL, the CFL? It's too much.
So I follow the CFL. I'm trying to follow the NFL. I want to follow the XFL. And then 3 different rule sets. And then I ref.
Then he refs.
And then I ref amateur football, which is a different rule set. So we've got 4 different rule sets up in my noggin. And I like to be that guy who knows a lot of the rules. So you know how many times I've recently just kept going back to my amateur rule book and just checking random calls?
Just because?
To make sure it's the same. Well, to make sure it's the same ruling as the NFL or the CFL or whatever is in my brain.
Thoughts, XFL.
Yes.
Does it last? Do we see a full season?
I think no matter what, I think we see a full season.
Do we see it 5 years from now?
That is a great question. I don't know.
Yeah.
All depends on how much money on The Rock wants to put into it. And
if it's limited money, that kid. So,
but this has been the episode for the week of January 26th for the Hughes Sports Podcast. Please do, if you are watching, hit that like button on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube.
Guys, I want to talk about that. It's important. If you're watching, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you any money, but it helps us out.
Plus, also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If you're listening there, please subscribe to get our weekly episodes. Hit that automatic download button. It actually helps us out. You don't realize, but that automatic download button gives us the kudos in the algorithm. Plus, if you can, some podcast platforms will give us a 5-star review. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Tell us what you like about the podcast. Tell us that you hate us. Do something. Leave us feedback.
Hate on us. We like it. Jake's been hated on a lot lately. He's getting.
I have been hated on a lot this week. But this has
Keep your eye open. Keep your eye open for the HSP Facebook page coming this week.
Yes. Have yourselves a beautiful week, and old man, I will see you here next Thursday.
See you Thursday. Talk to you Saturday when you come out.
Bye.
Bye.